Hey guys, hello everyone. This channel is just about me trying out something new and interesting, and yeah, this is my very first video on this channel. So let's start with my first video. I've been wanting to get on the AI train. I mean, it's been everywhere these past few years, and honestly, it's kind of interesting to see people building their own AI waifu. I mean, AI assistant. So I thought, why not try building one for myself, right? So now, before we begin, you guys have to know I have almost zero knowledge about AI. So I'll be learning everything from scratch. I'll be relying on external resources and basically figuring things out step by step. So if you're someone who is interested in this and maybe you wanted to try building your own AI waifu, I mean, as assistant, but didn't know where to start or felt overwhelmed by all the information out there, you can follow along with me. So let's see if by the end of this, whether we can have our own AI assistant. So to build an AI assistant, I think most of us have seen videos talking about all the components and how to set up, right? So, but enough of those theories, diagrams. I believe you guys will have known or seen quite a lot of them out there on the internet or on other YouTube videos, right? So now before we start, we do need a few things. So we do need the Video Studio code installed and ready. And um okay, so next, it will be running on Python language, right? So for Python, we will actually have to create our own environment, virtual environment file, right? So we can actually run this command, which I believe will create a virtual environment folder, which will contain all the necessary things. But I mean, as of now, there's just all the default stuff. So now next we can activate this script. So we can run source. We can run the whole thing, or basically just this part is enough because we're already in the current directory, right? Yeah. Source is not recognized. Why is it not recognized? Okay, wait. This is for Linux. Okay, so we actually don't need to run source. So if you're running on Mac OS or Linux, this will be what this is what you'll be running. But for Windows, we will not be doing that. For Windows, we can actually just run this unauthorized access. PS1, no, it doesn't have access. We can run with bat. Oh, okay, we can run with .bat. Yes, interesting. So what is all of these things about? So it's about setting up all the virtual environments things. Okay, these are very technical. I do not understand, but that's fine. That is fine. I mean, this seems to have executed, I believe. Do we need PowerShell? No. For any viewers that knows more about this, I mean, you can leave in the comment so that so everyone can learn new things, right? So next, we need to install llama-cpp. So to do that, we do need to clone, or we do need to download the repository for llama-cpp. So you can actually run this command, which I will also share in the description. So we have git clone llama-cpp. So we will let it do its job. So once everything is done, we will then wait for this anyway. Yeah, we'll wait for this. Okay, everything is done. So now we have a new folder, so with all the files in here, right? llama.cpp. So what we do is we will go into this directory, and then we will run this cmake command. I believe we do have to install cmake, which I have already installed correctly, I hope. But I mean, if you don't have it, I'll probably make another video regarding all these prerequisites. So the VStudio, VCode Studio, and cmake, all these prerequisite stuff. I will make another video on installing all of them. So you can run this command cmake-b build with CUDA and curl. So CUDA is basically if you are running on, I mean, if you have NVIDIA GPU, you can actually activate CUDA to offload your AI to run on your GPU. And then for curl is basically to allow the curl command to work. So it allows you or your program to run curl to actually kind of grab resources from a internet URL or a website. So in this case, a Hugging Face, right? So if you are going to download it through your program, then you can activate, you can switch it on. But if you do not need them, that means you will be downloading your model directly to your local drive, then you don't need them in this case. So whether you need them on or off, it depends on your configuration, on how you want to set it up, right? But I mean, in this case, we'll just set it on. I mean, we'll just leave it on, and then we just run this command, and you will start building your llama-server. So let it do its work. Okay, so we have configured the build. Right, so next thing is we have to build the release version. So we will run this next command. Okay, once it has finished building successfully with no errors, so next, depending on how you want to run your model, whether you want to have it download through Hugging Face through your program, or you could have just download your model to your local device. So in this case, I have downloaded here. But what we will do is we will go to Hugging Face. Alright, so you will find the model that you want to run in Hugging Face, and what you'll do is you will go into the model, you will go to File and Versions. So you choose the model that you want to run, or based on the parameters. In this case, let's say if I want to run this, I'll just go into here and I'll click on downloads. So you'll download this to your local device, local drive. And for this, since this is actually a multi-model, what I mean by multi-model is it also includes vision, if I understand correctly. Yes. Yeah, so it actually include vision, so it can what I believe what it means is it can read images. That means you can it's not just a text to text. Yeah, it has a vision encoder, right? So it's not just a text to text. You can also send image to it, and it will be able to respond to the image. So in this case, what we have to do is you have to download that vision encoder as well as one of these three. But in this case, I'll be using the BF16 one. So you also download this to your local drive. So once you have downloaded these, we'll go back to our Visual Studio, right? So here we will have our model and everything. So once we have already downloaded the model to your drive, what we will do is we will actually run a command to start the server, right? So what will we run? So we will run this command. No, actually before that, we do have to go into build bin release, I believe. In this directory, I think we have our llama-server. What am I looking at? Yes, build bin, and then we have our release, right? Oh, it's already been released. Yeah, so here is where we have our llama-server exe. Yeah, so in this location is where we can run our command, which basically to start the llama-server, and then your model. So this is where you downloaded the model. So you add a path here to your model downloaded on your drive. So in this case, in this path where I downloaded, and then this is also the vision encoder, which I believe it is the vision encoder. And then here are all the other parameters, the context and everything. This we can actually refer back to what you want the model to do in this case. So let's say if you go back to the model, right? So it actually provide you a initial templates, right? So here you have depending on what you want, whether it is for general tasks, you have your temperature, top, all these parameters. I do not fully understand this parameter as of now, but if I do understand, I will make another video, or I'll provide an update on what this actually does. I mean anyone else that knows all about this, you can just leave a comment and let me know. I mean, we can all learn together. Yeah, so once you have gotten this, you can actually run you can just run, and we will just let it run for now. So it will configure and initiate or initialize the startup of your model, your AI in this case. So just give it some time to run. Right, so once the server has started successfully without any error, you will see that the server is listening on this URL, this link, correct? So we can actually copy this link, and then we can actually access our browser. In our browser, we access this, and then you will see this page, and this will show basically your AI is actually running correctly. Your llama-server is running correctly, hosting this language model, and then here we can actually give it a message to see how it is running. And this model includes a reasoning or a thinking process. So you actually go through a reasoning process. So it thinks through, analyze everything, and then it returns you a valid response. But in this case, because my GPU can't host the whole model, so it is a bit slow on my end. If you have a better hardware, definitely you run significantly faster. Or you can actually run a smaller size model, which can be fully offloaded to our GPU. That we will see actually a significant improvement in the performance. So you can see, so we analyze the request, which we see our message, and then we determine the response graph, and then we select the best option to reply to us, and then we do refinement. All these kind of things. Like how I would say, yeah, but it's a bit slow on my end. Pardon me with my potato hardware, but yeah. So yeah, so basically this is it. We have a basic AI assistant in this case that is running on our local machine, which the main purpose of this video. So in the next video, we will look into creating a client program where we can implement additional features to our AI assistants, because currently what we see is a very basic one, which we have just the server running, and then we are able to send text, get response in text. We could also probably send images because we have the vision encoder. But what we do want is include text to speech and speech to text, so that we can actually communicate to the AI assistant through voice and also get the response in voice recording instead of just going through text. That's how, if you've seen other YouTube assistants, they are or actually AI waifu, that's how they actually communicate, right? So we will first look into implementing the voice communication, and then next we will probably afterwards we will look into like the visual, the animation of the model, correct? Then that will create like a live AI waifu that you can interact with and look at in the first place. So that's it for today. If you're interested in following along in my journey, please kindly subscribe to my channel. I will greatly appreciate your support. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.